What's going on, guys? Andrew of Newbark Gaming back here today to talk about some Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains episode previews for episodes 72 and 73. Now, here we got the title for episode 72 being Absolute Perfection. Bowman, who has evolved even further, shows off his new Hydra Drive tactics against Playmaker. Playmaker tries to predict Bowman's action and also receives some advice about how to deal with Bowman from AI. A fierce battle unfolds between the two as they try to outwit one another. Then we've got our cast. We're going to have Fujiki, Yusaku / Playmaker, Kusanagi, Bowman, Hal, Link Karibo, and some extras. So nothing too surprising within that cast list. It seems we're going to be having pure focus on this duel as opposed to the kind of split focus points that we've had in a lot of the previous episodes, such as like with the duel between Revolver and Windy. We had cutbacks to both Kusanagi and Soulburner, despite them not being the main focus of the episode. Here it seems like they're going to be throwing everything into the duel and like paying attention to that. So I'm hoping that implies they're going to put a lot of emphasis on making sure it's written well. We got a lot of interesting character interactions between these two, and honestly, that's the only part I'm really excited for this, because we've already seen Bowman and Playmaker duel twice, and personally I didn't really think the Hydra Drive deck was all that interesting to watch, and we see Playmaker's deck like at least once every 3 episodes in action. So mainly the dialogue will be the reason that I'm like intrigued by these episodes, if it's done right at all, or if we see something really new unfold. Now, what I do like about these summaries is it does seem to be showing that we're going to get some development on the codependence between Playmaker and AI. So far, it's been a very Playmaker-dominated relationship between the two of them. It's been very much Playmaker's the dominant figure. He's kind of controlling the duels. A lot of Ai's suggestions he'll kind of throw out the window or he'll just ignore, and Ai kind of just lets him take the steering wheel. It sounds like here, Playmaker's going to be backed into a corner so much that he will need to rely on AI to survive, which actually makes a lot of sense given the impressions we're given on what Lightning's developments to the AI technology were. Basically, the impression, at least I was picking up when we found out that Bowman was created by Lightning, is Bowman's supposed to be the ultimate human Ignis hybrid. So essentially, at least in theory, he's supposed to have the best of both characteristics. So in order for someone like Playmaker to be able to overcome them, he's going to have to also be able to counter the AI strengths that Bowman has, as well as the human side strengths. So how to do that? He teams up with his AI being Ai, and they both exhibit their respective strengths, combine them together, and suddenly you're talking about a even playing field. Now, at least that's what I'm kind of hoping we see unfold here, and I think, based off our episode 73 previews, that we might be seeing Playmaker actually manage to synchro summon. And this will serve as a perfect little segue into our episode 73 title and summary. The title is going to be The Blade of Light That Cuts Through Despair. Playmaker has taken heavy damage. Ai then tells Playmaker that he has prepared something in advance just in case. Now, based on the fact that we're going to be seeing Bowman advance his dueling even further, and seemingly it's going to look like probably at the end of episode 72, Playmaker's probably in a losing situation. The little preview that we got at the end of episode 71 very much implied to me that Playmaker's in a rather desperate scenario, probably something far worse than we've seen him in so far, just to keep the suspense rolling, of course. And it sounds like here he's going to be heavily leaning on Ai, which he typically doesn't like to do. He's kind of a lone wolf type of character, at least for the most part. He seems to have kind of taken a little bit of that off towards Soulburner, but in terms of the dueling, he seems to mostly carry himself. Here it's looking like he leans towards Ai, and Ai's got a back pocket trick up his sleeve. So based off the little bit of implications we've got in terms of TCG releases, definitely leans towards synchro summoning for me. Revolver was not the only one with a synchro monster that was revealed to be coming soon. Playmaker also had a Cyberse Dragon that's going to be synchro summoned, and by the name of Cyberse Quantum Dragon. Now, based on its effects, which I'll go ahead and post a picture of up on screen right now, it doesn't necessarily seem like the type of card that would be like an emergency backout card for a main protagonist. But then again, we've seen plenty of cards that, you know, have kind of fallen out of meta relevancy or aren't necessarily super powerful anymore, come back to bail out our heroes in anime shows in the past, i.e. Revolver's ace card was Mirror Force, something you've never seen played in like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, but it may just fit the situation that we happen to find our main character in. So with all that being said, I'm definitely leaning towards this being our introduction of synchro summoning for Yusaku. At this point, the Vrains writers don't seem to be holding back any on introducing new summoning methods, given how we got fusion towards the beginning of Season 2, we've had rituals since the beginning of Season 2, and we've seen synchros, and all within about 22 or 23 episodes, whereas all of Season 1 we went without any summoning methods. Goes back to the whole, I think they were trying to advertise link summoning, then they figured, alright, they've gotten enough of that, now we can go give them what they're familiar with again. So, once more, I think they're going to be really introducing the synchro summoning here. I think we might actually be set up for our first loss with Playmaker, which I think is really cool. I really think if he's going to lose at this point, like at any point in the show right now, it's going to have to be this duel against Bowman. Otherwise, I think we're just getting far too late in the show for them to not throw a total wrench in his character development if he has a loss at this point. But I think it could create a very neat character arc to have him lose Eye to Bowman, because if you recall, towards the end of 71, Bowman said, alright, we'll duel. Whoever wins gets Eye and me. I'm still curious to see what the implications are if Playmaker wins by Bowman saying that he gets him. Does that mean that, like, Bowman's going to fight alongside Yusaku, or what exactly is the deal there? I also feel like Bowman has probably the best shot to win of any of our main antagonists so far, considering I doubt they're going to wrap this arc up right away, and it doesn't imply to me, based on what I'm seeing, that Lightning is necessarily main antagonist material, but rather just like a powerful step towards the main antagonist, sort of like a Vector versus Don Thousand type of scenario in what we had with Zexal. So I think, once more, Bowman's kind of got the most cards stacked in his favor of any of Playmaker's adversaries so far to have a shot at winning this duel, which I think could be a great little thing to unfold. But with all that being said, guys, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If not, constructive criticism is always welcome, and I'll catch you guys next time when we talk about some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains.